On the couch with us, we have Dan Meyer from the Chamber, and he's going to be talking a little bit about Leadership Conference. Dan, it's always so nice to have you. Thank you for being with us.
Good to be here. Had a great Father's Day weekend with one of our daughters and their family and grandchildren, so we had a good time together. In fact, they've purchased some tickets for me to go with them to a conference next weekend. So it's a guys' conference down in Greenville. South Carolina. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Tim Tebow is gonna be there, and the guys from Duck Dynasty.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, and they've got
my goodness,
archery setups, and they've got I don't know, all kinds of different interactive things. So it's gonna be
fun.
interesting. Yeah, looking forword to it.
Do you watch Duck Dynasty?
Periodically.
Yes, I think we all do. It's our guilty pleasure.
Don't want to admit it, but I kind of like Uncle Si.
It's pretty good, yeah.
But then again, I like Jim Ignatowski on Taxi. Do you remember? That's before your time. 23 a few weeks and 33 yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that.
It's okay. We'll forgive you.
Let that cat out of the bag. But yeah, that was before your time. Jim Ignatowski. He was a character. But anyway, y'all went to the Relay for Life?
We did.
We did.
Heard about that?
It was a wonderful event.
Didn't get there this year because all the grandkids were up, but have participated several years. And because I'm a survivor, thankfully.
Oh, very nice.
Back in '78, had some rather major surgery but I'm doing great. Haven't had a problem since. But it affects a lot of people, and this program that they have up here is great. One of the best in the country. And so a great way to raise funds, raise awareness, and honor folks who have survived, and challenge for people who may yet find out that it's something they got to deal with. But thankfully, research is coming along.
Yeah, and it was a really good turnout. Had a lot of people out there for a great cause.
That's good.
And just sort of networking in the high country as well. So.
Yep. As a segue, this week, tomorrow, actually Wednesday, is Watauga Leadership Challenge Day, and we will be looking at healthcare as one of the things that we'll be investigating. I'm trying to remember how many years ago now. Back in the 90s, the Watauga Leadership Challenge was established through the Chamber as an opportunity first to identify and then to educate people in the community who wanted to know more about what makes Watauga County and the high country tick. Trying to find folks who would take an interest in their personal growth but also their professional growth, and then be able to step up and become involved in things in the community, whether it's on the board of a nonprofit or on the board of a town or county committee, or to run for office, or be involved in a civic club, or just to be able to step up, add to their confidence in stepping up to things in their own business. So it's been going on now for 20-some years. And this Wednesday, again, we'll be having our healthcare and nonprofit day. So we're going to start out at the Wellness Center. And one of the things that's often overlooked in leadership and is taking care of the leader. Leaders tend to be A-types who are on the go all the time, from one thing to another, to another, to another. And often their schedules don't permit them, or they don't permit their schedules, to really do some things to take care of themselves. And as a result, there's burnout, there's all kinds of stress-related things that can happen. So our healthcare day, we've changed it. We used to do a lot of just basic education about healthcare, and we've made it a very interactive thing. So first thing on the schedule Wednesday will be Richard Sparks, who will share a little bit about his leadership style and principles that he thinks are important for leaders. And then we're turning the group over to Paul, who is the one of the directors of the Wellness Center, and he's going to put them through the ringer. One year we did Zumba.
I like Zumba.
You ever done Zumba?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay, and one year we did some spinning.
That's a tough class too.
That's the bicycles.
Yes.
And one year we did all kinds of gym activities, just different stations all around the gym. The purpose being, well, number one, it showed all of us that most of us were out of shape because we were all huffing and puffing by the end of the time. But to show different things that you can do to physically be well, because if you're physically well, then you're more intellectually sharp, you're more emotionally stable, all of those things, because we're very interestingly made and intricately made. So we'll be doing that in the morning. Then we'll be sharing a little bit with them about assuming leadership responsibilities in nonprofit organizations, whether it's civic or social or whatever. And then in the afternoon, we're going to go local and go global. We're going to visit Habitat for Humanity's Restore and discover some of the programs that they do to be able to provide housing for families and how the families participate in that. And then we're going to go global, and we're going to go to Samaritan's Purse and learn more about World Medical Missions and A Heart for Children. They got many programs over there people don't even realize. Mm-hmm. They fly children to the States who have heart issues that can only be operated on here in the country, and work with hospitals and doctors to provide them, and have a family where that visiting family can be in all different kinds. And then they've got Operation Christmas Child, of course, the shoebox, mm-hmm. and just many things that they do locally, globally, and then their disaster relief programs as well. We were recipients of that a couple years ago. Remember that big ice storm we had on Christmas Day?
Yes.
And about 3 days later, up came a big crew from Samaritan's Purse, and they helped people locally. I think they helped 350 families, something like that, cutting trees up so we could get out of driveways and all kinds of things. So that's going to be our healthcare and nonprofit day. But what we've already done is this. We started with a 2-day retreat, an opportunity to kind of investigate individuals' leadership styles and a little bit about their personality and what things they need to look out for and what are their assets and that kind of thing. And also to kind of weave the group together as a small group so that they have a network that they can call upon. And this group has done quite a few interesting things that other groups haven't done. So each group is different, has a different personality. And then we've met in February, March, April, May, June, and we'll finish up in July on special emphasis days. So we've looked at the business and the economy, looked at banking and all the issues that bankers are dealing with, and just our general economy and what's happening to our productivity level, our employment level, and all of those kinds of things. We spent a day on education, looking at our public schools, visiting the high school. What an incredible facility. Mm-hmm. I mean, some of the labs they have and the technical labs for jobs, very important and just super. And then we also looked at local government. We had representatives of local government come in and share what are some of the issues that they're facing, what are some of the initiatives that they are taking to face those issues. And we met out at the Law Enforcement Center as well and heard about some of the issues related there. Let me mention that this Friday we'll be having a Wake Up Watauga at Daniel Boone Inn, 8 o'clock, on Crime Stoppers program and crime prevention. So please call the Chamber at 264-2225 if you can possibly attend. Biscuits and coffee, but just some great information for local businesses. And then we had a day on tourism, and then we spent that afternoon, tourism, a huge area. We met up at Grandfather Mountain and had local representatives from the tourism and hospitality trade come and talk about the importance of tourism, which is really kind of the front door to our construction and building, if you think about it. Somebody comes up for a couple days, and then they come up for a week, and then they say, this is pretty nice, and they'll spend more time. Before you know it, they want to rent a facility for a month, and then they want to build something. And so it's kind of the front door to our second home industry, and even many people who come up and from visitors turn into full-time residents. So we looked at some of those issues related to tourism. And then we had an opportunity for the whole class to attend the Watauga Economic Development, or Economic Summit, I should say, which was great. Learning some of the things that are facing us as a county, looking at some of the alternatives so that we can keep up, be proactive as opposed to being retroactive. So many things we would help ourselves if we thought ahead further, whether it's personal or family or business or as a community. Got to think down the road and kind of take the blinders off and be willing to look at other things that might affect us getting to that goal. So that was a great afternoon. And then we spent a day on infrastructure, things that are important to all of us, like water and sewer and transportation and telephone and electricity and all of those things that we take for granted. We just flip the switch, and kids I think think that food just comes from Harris Teeter. They don't realize it's more than that. And so then this week we'll be looking at healthcare and nonprofits, and then next month we'll be wrapping up with a day at Appalachian State. The reason being, they're the 800-pound gorilla. They are the biggest, have the biggest impact on our economy of anything in the community. So we usually look at some of the departments, some of the exciting things that they're doing. We look at their plan for the future, which will impact us, and learn about many of the programs that they have. So it's a wonderful, really 6-month plus opportunity, and I would encourage anybody that really wants to know more about the community to consider that. We'll be starting another class January of 2014. We usually have 18 to 22 folks in the class, and I would encourage you as an employer, if you're out there, to find a junior staff person that you want to invest in, somebody that'll be around for a while, who is interested in stepping up in your organization, but also stepping up in our community, because as we look around, our biggest industries and businesses are homegrown. So we're right here. So these are folks that want to reinvest in the community. And if somebody has interest in that, they can certainly call me at the chamber, and I can get some information to them as well. In fact, one of your next guests, coming up in a few minutes, Judith Weinkoff, is a member of this year's class of the Watauga Leadership Challenge. So just a great opportunity to be involved and to learn about the community, and then to step up. The challenge isn't taking the class. The challenge is what happens after you've taken the class, to invest in the community. You meet 75 or 80 of what we call the movers, shakers, and decision makers in the community, and learn from them and understand current issues and interests, and just a great opportunity to know more about where you live, work, and play. So
great. It sounds like a fantastic event, a great way to get involved and tone your leadership skills a little bit.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and I am interested in that class, and one day I am actually going to get
I have called
there.
you a few times, haven't I?
have, and I am eventually going to get there.
We'll have to twist Johnny's arm a little bit.
That's it.
That'd be great. Love to have you.
Yeah, I want to try to do that.
Well, it sounds great, and we appreciate you coming in so much.
Let me mention Thursday night,
Okay.
business after hours at the Blowing Rock Frame and Art Gallery, and at 5 to 7:30. Encourage you to be there. Opportunity to meet other businesses and kibitz back and forth and learn from each other, and also then just to network, and maybe there's a resource that you have a need for, and so you can put things together. So that's Thursday, and then Friday morning is the Wake Up Watauga at Daniel Boone Inn. But we do need RSVPs. We do need to let us know so that we can be sure there are enough beans in the pot when you get there. So call us at 264-2225.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming in today, Mr.
Always
Meyer.
a pleasure.
We love having you on, and we will be back in just a moment with more MTN Live in the Mountains.